All right, here we go. Happy Columbus Day.
Woo!
What is it, October 13th, 2025?
That is.
Low 70s, feels great. Fall's finally here. I'm with Cyndi Gustafson. Did I say that right?
It's Gustafson, but that's okay.
One more time?
Gustafson.
Gustafson. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
So, Cyndi is, oh God, I'm going to forget.
The
multimedia sales manager for the Observer Media Group.
Woo!
Here in Winter Garden, Florida. And she graciously accepted my invitation to do our little podcast experiment here at Go Ruck, or at Ruck Around, sorry. I might have to edit that part out.
God, it's got to be right.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so I got a few questions for you today. Before we do that, do you want to give a quick little introduction of yourself? Anything you want to say? Say hi to everybody.
Hey, everybody. I'm the sales manager for Observer Media Group. I've been doing that for working on my 13th year now. I love it. I love the community that we service, and anything I can do to help the community and all of our business partners in that community, that's what I'm here for.
Awesome. All right, so my first question. Can you remember, or do you have a defining moment, a tough moment in your career that has kept you bouncing back and coming back?
Absolutely, there's a lot of them, but I know one.
We can talk about them all, but
you don't want to talk about all of them, but I know one in particular, which actually hits very home to the local market, because when the West Orange Times and Observer, who was my original employer, and the Bailey family sold the paper to the Observer Media Group, and at the time, you know, I was loving life. I loved my boss. Andrew was just amazing, and I remember us sitting all around the table when they told us, and all of the employees were just sobbing, not tears trickling down our face. We're like ugly crying, boo-hooing hard. And I just really didn't know how I was going to move forward in that moment. And as it turned out, the Observer's been a phenomenal company to work for. They do care about the community. Nice. And they do care about the people. And our main goal is preserving the legacy that we are all currently leaving, and archiving our news so that generations to come have that access. So it's wonderful. I love it. But boy, at the time, I did not know how that was going to work out, and it changed my life exponentially. I got pushed into sales from there. I fought that hard. I was just the receptionist at the time, and I really didn't think I wanted to do sales or even could do sales. And Dawn Willis was my boss. Okay. She's currently now with Orlando Health, but Dawn was just,
I know Dawn.
Yeah. She was just the most amazing mentor, and really believed in me and made me believe in myself. And it's been wonderful. The journey that I have, the changes that I have experienced since then, and I always have to keep that in mind, because when the hard times come and you always think it's horrible, I have to remind myself, yeah, but I thought it was horrible when we got bought out, and it's just changed my life so much for the better. Yep. And it's been wonderful. And obviously I miss Andrew Bailey. He was just amazing. But the things that we're able to do now it's so much broader, and it's just been phenomenal. So yeah, I keep that in mind all the time, because, you know, growth never comes from sitting still and doing nothing. Right. So you got to push yourself, and you got to go through the uncomfortable moments to be able to appreciate the growth. So I'm super thankful for that opportunity that the Observer's provided me.
I love all the cliches and one-liners that I hear from my predecessors coming up, or people much smarter than I am, right? And that reminds me of a couple. You know, the only thing that stays the same in life is change.
It's change, always.
And worrying about the future is like paying a debt you don't owe.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, 99% of all the things we worry about never even happen. You know, so
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
And comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
That's the other thing too, because you think that it matters what other people are doing and stuff. And man, the one thing that you always have to know is it makes no difference what anyone else is doing.
Nope.
Like you got to ride your own course
Yep.
and do your own thing and answer to your own soul.
Yep.
And that's where the beauty is in life, period. Like you got to answer to you.
You don't owe anybody an explanation.
Exactly.
Awesome. What a great first segment. We'll be back. Okay. And we're back. Thanks for checking us out here at Rock Around. So, the next question I have for you is very near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I've seen in my line of work, in my office, and myself personally, that I've had to answer this question to myself. How do you keep pushing for sales and keeping your relationships intact and keep doing the right thing? You know,
Easiest question you're going to ask me all day. I'll take it. I don't even know what the rest of the questions are.
that is the rest of it. I was just going to comment on my experience, but this is about
Go ahead.
you.
Go.
I was just going to say I'm in insurance sales and dealing with money and commission-based work only. I've seen some questionable things. So for me, it's very near and dear to my heart because I always try to do the right thing. So, you know, that's all I got. I don't want to steal your thunder.
Super easy, super easy. Don't even have to think about this one. I never ever, I told you in the last question how like Dawn had to beg me to do sales. I kept saying, nope, sales isn't for me. Sales isn't for me. I'm not a salesperson. No. And then she goes, at the end, 2 weeks of her like doing that, coming up with all these different scenarios and whatever. And finally 2 weeks later, she said, Cyndi, I just need your help. And I was like, oh, you need my help? I can help you. I'll help anybody all day long. Yeah, I'm all about helping.
I'm not going to sell anything.
Right,
but I'll help you.
just help you. I'll help. I said, what do you need? I just need you to go out and talk to people. Oh, I can do that. So out I went. And I don't know if that's why it's so easy for me, or maybe it's just something inside how my brain works, whatever. I don't know. But I will tell you, I've never once thought about making a sale or getting the client.
Yeah.
I don't think that way. In my head, I'm helping. As a matter of fact, Betsy Vanderlei asked me one time at Rotary, because I'm the fundraiser there at Rotary, and she said something about, don't you get tired of asking people for money? And I'm like, I never ask. What are you talking about? Like, that's not even what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I said, I never ask people for money. I offer them opportunities to help the community.
Yep.
And then when I'm doing my work at the Observer, I'm just trying to help them, trying to help them grow. I'm trying to help them get out the word out there. I never look at it like I'm trying to get a sale.
Yeah.
For me, it's always just how am I helping?
Right.
So I'm helping them promote, I'm helping spread the word, I'm helping the community grow, which helps our economy. Like everything helps everything else. It's a circle, and that's what we always say the O in Observer is about, is it's the circle. We complete the circle of the community. Like you've got you've got Horizon West out there that, 20 years ago was just a word. It was nothing else. Everybody said Horizon West, nobody knew what it was.
It was a concept.
Yeah, and now it's a whole community that matters, and it's important, and it's growing, and the amount of the aid that it has given to our economy and our city is just exponential, and it will continue, of course, to grow. So I feel like anything I can do to help these people in downtown Winter Garden reach that crowd out in Horizon West or Dr. Phillips or Metro West or wherever that is, Claremont too. I mean, they have just a huge community that wants connection, and they want to know what's going on. And we used to draw a hard line between Lake County and Orange County. It's ridiculous. The people in Lake County want to do what we're doing here in Orange County, and the people in Orange County want to go to Lake County and see what's up out there. So we're really just helping. So that's how, for me, I never look at it as sales. For me, I'm just helping. I'm helping the community. I'm helping the business owners, and that's where it's at for me.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm gonna remember some of that. I struggle with it all the time because,
don't,
I'm not gonna get into that.
Just don't even look at it.
I'm like you. I'm like you. But I get pushed in other ways, and
Yeah.
I don't like that. So anyway.
But the thing of it is, I will say this before we click off. I will say that when you adopt that attitude where you're just helping and you're worried most about the client, not the most about what you're doing, like what your business needs or whatever. If you're worried about the client first, everything else falls into place. If you're giving them what they need, they trust you.
Right.
They give it back.
Gotcha.
And that's where the beauty is.
Nice. All right, we'll be back. And we're back. The magic of cameras and YouTube.
Yep.
Anyway, so the next question I have for you is specific to your industry.
Okay.
My father was a newspaper man growing up. That's all he did. I remember rolling newspapers, stuffing them in the bags, and we had a paper route, and he would pay me, I don't know, 3 cents or a nickel for every paper or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I know the newspaper business, and it has changed dramatically, especially over the last 15 to 20 years. He retired because of that. So being that it has changed so much, what has it taught you about staying adaptable and relevant, especially with the new digital age coming in?
Whew, okay.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. So many things though. Number one, first and foremost, probably the biggest point I need to make is that our news is hyper local. So we have not struggled as much as the big papers who covered the stuff that you can get on CNN. Our news is hyper local. So everything is right here in West Orange County. We don't cover anything anywhere else.
Okay.
So people can't get that news anywhere else. We are providing the only opportunity they have for gleaming this information, which is super important. But not to say that digital has not affected us, because it has tremendously, but all in good ways. Now we reach our audience in 3 main ways. Our print product, which we print a weekly paper. We actually print 2 every week, covering all of West Orange County. We hit about 35,000 readers every week in print.
Nice.
Then we have our online, orangeobserver.com. We refer to that as our daily publication because we're posting on that all day long. People are coming back to our site continually.
Right.
Accident on 50. What's Orange Observer say? What's happening? Why is that accident there? Oh, the school was closed today. Wonder what that's about. Go to Orange Observer and find out. So we're constantly updating our information there. So that's huge. And then we also have social media platform, which is fantastic. We have Twitter. That's mainly what we use for our sports, but Facebook, Instagram, for social media platforms. Nice. So people are consuming. I hear people tell me all the time, I just go to Facebook and see what you're posting. And other people will be like, I only go to the online. I don't open the paper. And then I have tons of people that are like, I do all 3. Like I'm watching your Facebook, I'm on your daily publication, I'm reading the print product when it comes out, because there's more in print than there is on the digital sometimes, So, so to consume all 3 is fantastic. But we love all of our consumers. It doesn't matter how they're coming to us. It doesn't matter. But we did have to learn how to introduce those other platforms that people are looking for. And again, it's all about helping. So we are just trying to help our community get the information in the best way for them. And that's different for everybody.
I would say it's safe to say that because of the digital media age coming in, it didn't necessarily push newspaper out. It enhanced it, just like you were saying.
100%.
Like orangeobserver.com. Like that clicks in my head.
Right.
Now I'm going to use that if I need some quick information.
Exactly.
I don't do social media, and that's fine. But you have 3 outlets instead of 1 now.
Exactly.
And you don't have to always have a newspaper in your briefcase, in your car. You can leave it at home. You can read that in the morning. You can use the other during the day.
Exactly.
And I like to read. Like I love digital stuff, but if I want to retain something,
you got to see it.
I got to have it in my hands and read it because, oh look, there's a squirrel.
Exactly.
Like that's what happens if I'm looking at my phone. So That's awesome. Yeah, I know a lot of people were afraid that print was going to die, but I don't think it's died. I think it's just evolved.
For us, it has definitely evolved. I think there are some outlets who have struggled with the digital introduction, but we definitely, it has enhanced us. It has just made us better and more accessible for all of West Orange County. And then too, like I say, all of West Orange County, but you know, you've got so many snowbirds, so when they go back to Maine or wherever they're coming from, they still want to know what's happening here. So now they have access to that. Nice. And it just makes life so much, you know,
so cool.
Yeah, copacetic for everybody.
Awesome. Good. All right, we'll be back, guys. Okay, we're back at Ruck Around. We had a nice little detour. I learned a new route. My feet aren't soaked like I thought they were going to be. So let's finish up with a question I like to ask everyone that comes on this little experiment with me. If you could go back to your younger self and give them any piece of advice, not necessarily specifically relating to rejection, and not personally, but in whatever, you know, in your line of work, or, you know, let's just say things not going your way.
Okay.
Not necessarily rejection, but when you don't get what you want, when you build an expectation and it doesn't happen, what would you go back to your younger self and tell your younger self how to handle that situation?
Two main things. The first being, I would tell myself to utilize some grace. I was very, very hard on myself most of my life. Always thinking I should do better, I should look better, I should work harder, I should, you know, whatever the things are, which I like that I have that drive. I feel like that's super important, but it has to be accompanied by grace.
Right.
I've found a lot of grace for myself in the last 10 years. A lot of grace for myself. I am doing the best that I can, and inside myself, intrinsically, I'm a person who's always going to drive to be the best that I can be and do the best that I can, and, you know, be more and do, you know, all that. But man, if I could have just told myself to have some grace on myself, enjoy where I'm at every minute. And I'm a person who loves life. I'm pretty good at that part, but to just be okay with it. If my shape isn't exactly how I want it, whatever, no one else is caring about that. Like it just doesn't matter. Some of the things that we think matter just don't matter. So I would like to have a little bit, I would tell myself to have a lot of grace for myself, and then also to embrace the change, because like I said earlier, I used to be a person that said all the time, I hate change. But I think that's a person who's afraid of growth. And once you learn that one equals the other, you know what I mean? You have to have change to grow. And once I embraced that, life got a whole lot better for me. So now I'm like, okay, what's next? What can I change up to better this or better that, or do this more efficiently or effectively? And so, yeah, I think those are the two things: grace and acceptance of change.
Getting comfortable doing uncomfortable things.
Yeah, 100%.
It seems to be the theme of my podcast. That's everyone has a very similar answer, and I love it because it's so true. Like, that's the only thing that is constant is change. And it's taken me a long time to figure that out. You know, like, you wake up today, today's all you got. You don't know what's going to happen later today or tomorrow.
Well, and also, like, you don't know what it's going to lead to. Like, now I'm embracing the idea that everything that's coming is just something better. And so I'm just like moving forward to the something better. Not to say that when I get the things that I want, like I just did a trip to California, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Then I took my mom to the Smoky Mountains. Awesome. Completely different feel.
Good morning.
But it was amazing. So, both of them. So, like...
And I bet you enjoyed it to 100% fullest extent while you were there.
100%. It was just absolutely awesome. So, yeah, I think just adapting that mindset is key.
Very, very cool. Well, is there anything you would like to say? You want to leave your mark on the world with anything
Ooh.
profound?
I don't know how profound it is, but I would say the two things that I mentioned at the end are probably the biggest things that changed my life. Allow change to happen and embrace that, and really just be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not talking take yourself for a spa day, just the little words that you tell yourself, and words freaking matter so much. Learned that from my daughter. When I was really struggling, she would always say, words matter, Mom. Don't say I'm stupid. Say I'm learning, or whatever.
It's such a big deal.
It is a huge deal, because your mind is listening to what you're saying verbally, and it makes all the difference in the world. So just say the kind words to yourself and believe in yourself.
It's all about perspective, 100%.
Yep.
And remember, kids, you're not nearly as bad as you think you are. And there's always a flip side to that coin, because you're not nearly as cool as you think you are either.
Yeah, but that's so true, and you're dealing with such a small, if people are mean to you here, that doesn't mean people are mean everywhere.
Yep.
Like this is such a small bubble and such a small part of your life. You're going to go on and you're going to do huge things and meet numerous people who are much kinder or more mature or gentler, or I don't know, speak to your soul that maybe these people aren't doing. And I think
sorry.
No, that's just knowing that. I think looking for that always. There is more out there, and there are better, and there are things that will speak to you. So if you're not finding that here, that doesn't mean it's not out there. It just means you haven't found it yet.
Awesome. Words of wisdom, very profound. Very profound. I thank you so much for coming out here with me.
Thank you so much for letting me do this. This was a super fun way to spend my morning. I love it.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.